gentlemen, welcome again to another awesome episode of Game. I am your host, Big Pimpin J. If only you could see what happened behind the scenes here. Guys, today we live in a wonderful age of television and media, and all over the place now we have exploding cinema and beautiful television everywhere. We're talking about comic books everywhere. You've got the Marvel Universe. You've got DC doing stuff over here. Lord, we can even talk about the horrible Spawn thing that's going to be coming out here shortly again. McFarlane's back in the mix. And we're going to be talking about the fact that there are comics everywhere. Is it oversaturated? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? It's going to be an awesome program. Before we get started, I want you guys to connect with us. See this little piece right here? This right here. Talk to us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know what you think on this topic. Let us know if you think that Arrow is great and Flash sucks or Gotham's terrible or whatever it is your opinion is. Connect with us. We don't want to sit here and talk all day. We want to have some viewer participation. Speaking of participation, I cannot do this alone, even though I'm seriously thinking I should today. But I have two of my great friends with me. To my left, we got the man, Mike Bison. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I see them arms aren't as big as they should have been, man.
No, man, not really. Does lifting the remote count?
Well, I mean, I know you got that donut workout. You got that donut workout 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
That doesn't count.
Well, it's only on the left arm. I don't want to know why one arm is bigger than the other. Moving over here to Mad Titan, the mighty Kenshiro. How you doing, man?
What's up, Big Pimpin J? How you doing, man?
I'm drinking and life is happy and I cannot complain.
Yeah.
Guys, anytime you turn around, man, there's a movie coming out that's comic book related.
Anytime you turn around.
Anytime you turn on television, almost every night of the week, there's something going on now. Guys, is it oversaturated? Is this a good thing for us geeky fans? Is it a bad thing? Guys, game on.
Great thing, I will say. I think it's a great thing for us as fans, especially culture junkies like us, because we love this stuff. We can't, what's our tagline? We can't get enough of this
We
stuff.
love Lois and Clark.
Yeah. I actually did like that show. But anyway, I think it's a good thing because, especially when it's not all just straight superhero shows. You got Constantine. It's not a straight superhero show.
No, Constantine is criminally it's criminally underrated.
I agree, and it's a sad thing that that's on the precipice of being canceled. Which is sad. Maybe a bad time slot, but that's not.
It's that Friday
that's not.
night
Yeah,
suck job.
that's not here or there. You got The Walking Dead. You got Powers, was just getting ready to come out on the PlayStation Network. You got the you got all the Netflix Daredevil. Daredevil isn't necessarily a straight superhero, even though he is a superhero.
But is it oversaturation?
Is it oversaturation?
Is it too much?
I want to say no. What's the alternative? What has it been before the comic book shows came out? It was all reality shows. I hate reality shows. I'd rather see scripted drama.
Kenshiro does not like his own reality. Just step back. You're stepping on it.
But no, I don't think it's oversaturated. Now I can understand with the announcement that Sci-Fi is going to do Krypton for DC.
Syfy's doing an actual comic.
Yeah, they're actually doing a Syfy. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, SYFY, whatever. They're doing Krypton for DC. There's rumor of Supergirl being in the works. How they're going to do that without Superman being in it, I really don't know. You got one of the best shows on TV, one of the best rookie shows on TV, The Flash. You got a continuous show on Arrow, and you got.
But is it too much?
Is it too much? I thought I already answered that question. No, the answer is no.
Okay.
There is not too much.
How much cocaine is too much cocaine?
There's no such thing as too much cocaine. But anyway, I'm gonna say that right now, it's not oversaturated, but I think that we're on the path to it becoming oversaturated, and I'm scared of what's going to happen. Let's look at Iron Man 3, for example. Right. When the first Iron Man came out, no one expected how successful it was going to be. That was a big surprise to everyone. And if you look at like the evolution, like as far as the popularity, it's like the more that Hollywood and everyone wanted to make a profit off of it, they try to market it towards like the masses, and the more that you market this stuff towards the masses, it starts to lose something.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We'll talk about that in a second. I mean, just look at like how they were focusing on. To me, they were focusing on Tony Stark's character too much, because I guess like everyone was identifying with him because like he's a quote unquote, a playboy, genius, billionaire, philanthropist, and everything.
Arrogant prick.
Right, and most of the people identify with that for some odd reason. And they just kind of focus too much on Tony Stark. Like if you look at part 3, they tried to make the movie more so about him, and it just lost something, man. And I don't know. I think that's the direction everything else is headed, because
I think the problem that you're starting to delve into is that you're trying to take these years and years of back issues. I mean, the thing I dug about Iron Man 3 is they tried to do the whole demon in the bottle bit, which was really a really good story, but it's a very dark story. I mean, you just can't sit here and show a billionaire dude having an alcohol problem, losing everything. So instead of it being an alcohol problem, they made it like PTSD to kind of try to relate with what's going on in the world today. So I think in that aspect, they did a solid job with it. But you're trying to get these huge story arcs and condense them to like a 2.5-hour movie or make it a season-long deal. And you're trying not to offend everybody and do this. But I think the problem you're starting to run into is that anytime you turn around, like you had said before, it was reality TV here, reality TV there. Mm-hmm. Guys, I can't turn something on any day of the week and there not be something on. You've got Gotham on one night and Flash on another and Shields after that. And now you've got Walking Dead on one night. You've got Arrow coming here. You've got, I mean, it's to the point now where it's actually, there's too much going on. Mm-hmm. And anytime you turn around, it's there. And now Hollywood decided, well, we're going to make a lot of money off this. Anytime we turn around, a novel's being adapted, a comic's being adapted. I think we're getting to the point now where almost like it was, back in the day where every time you turn around, there was a Western on or there was a cop drama on. It's getting to the point where there's going to be so much that we're going to start suffering some real serious attrition here.
Well, the reason I will counter that argument is this, because you started to bring it up a little bit when you touched on the Western thing. The great thing about comic books, and a lot of people, the general public, don't really realize this. There's a lot of diversity in comic books.
You don't say.
Yeah,
there's more than just Superman and Batman.
Exactly. I mean, look at it now. That's why I was glad that The Walking Dead was one of probably the biggest comic book properties to ever blow up that's not connected to Marvel and DC.
True.
Because it's a zombie show.
Yep.
It's about the zombie apocalypse.
It's about survival.
And now we literally see zombies everywhere. Everybody's about zombie this, zombie that, and that's a little bit, you can directly correlate that to The Walking Dead. Now, there's a lot of other comic book properties that haven't been touched, as far as like
anything from Vertigo.
You got Sam. I mean, and in a way, Constantine is kind of a step in that direction. You got the more occult stuff.
Well, they're going to start doing a Sandman piece here shortly.
Well, yeah. I got the mystic stuff. When Doctor Strange comes out in the movies, I wonder if we're going to see more magic stuff. I wonder if Zatanna's going to get a show. If Zatanna gets a show, man, that could be something else.
That's a whole
nother subject. I get you.
We know how you like big-breasted white women.
I belong there. Is sexy legs and fishnets. That's what it does.
But isn't it getting to the point though where there's so much on? What are you going to decide to do? I mean, at what point is there such an oversaturation that the stories just start to fall apart?
That's what I was getting at. I kind of compare it to music. The more and more that everyone wants a piece of the music industry, and the more amateur artists, if you ask me, that start to come out, you start to lose that quality. And I'm fearful of that's what's going to start to happen to all the different universes, man. The more stuff that they try to come out with and appeal, especially to this younger generation. I think that the movies that's coming out right now are pretty much good because they're more so trying to appeal to like our generation.
Right.
We grew up with that stuff, but as it goes on, once you start to try to appeal to that younger generation, they don't like the same stuff we do.
I don't sound like old Mike Bison right
now. I don't know, Mike. I mean, think about it like this. Here's what could appeal to the younger people. The coolness factor. How cool was that Flash versus Arrow thing?
I don't know, Mike. How was it?
I mean, seriously.
No, seriously. Mike, how was it?
I haven't watched it.
Oh my goodness, what's the matter with you? Anyway, look, man, the coolness factor is and DC's got a real chance here. Marvel kind of started it when with the whole Avengers thing, how big that became. DC was the first ones to do it on the TV level with the Flash and Arrow. There's talk about when Supergirl comes out, it will be set in the same universe as the Flash and Arrow. Even on Arrow, you got Atom in there. On Flash, you got Firestorm there. I mean, you've got all these things, coming around. And what it's going to do is I think it's going to invigorate the comic book medium. It's going to bring a lot of casual fans in and say, okay, I'm not getting enough of this guy on this show. I want to see more of him. How can I see more of him? I can read about him.
I'm glad you touched on that. So let's kind of shift gears just a little bit. With everything that's out right now, what is the best property out there? Now, let's not sit here and get into this whole
goodness, you really want to do that?
Real quick, I don't want to sit here and say, well, it's the Marvel universe, because it's not about that. Let's put it down to, you know what? I like this, and here's why.
I will say without a doubt, the most fun show is The Flash. I love The Flash. I mean, it's for a rookie show. I put it like this, and I think I even wrote up on it on the website on cultureduckers.net. The Flash hit the ground running, pun intended. Seriously, it hit the ground running. From the opening scene, it was just boom this, boom that, and it hasn't stopped. It's been nonstop fun ever since. Whereas, you can make the argument that yes, Arrow has fantastic production values.
Arrow started off a little slow,
and it did start slow, and I think that's the reason why The Flash works, because it didn't start slow. It didn't try and take itself too seriously. It's not bogged down by darkness and drama. It's not trying to be Batman. It disguised as Green Arrow. It is what it is. It's The Flash. He's fast. He's moving fast. It's a fun show. It's a fun-paced show, and that's what makes it so good.
And he also has Candace Patton, who.
Oh my goodness, man! Oh my goodness.
She needs to be my next ex-wife.
Me, I still enjoy all of the DC cartoons. Like to me,
oh yeah,
those are the things that just keep me in tune with it, especially Suicide Squad.
The last Batman with the Suicide Squad TV?
Yeah, Batman's, man.
So you're saying you like more the movies more than the TV shows?
I like the cartoons.
You like the cartoons.
The DC
well, see,
cartoons.
And the advantage the cartoons got is that they can do whatever they want as far as science fiction. I mean, as far as special effects.
But you also have to look at it like this, and again, I wasn't even factoring the cartoon, the fact that every time you turn around, like it seems like every 3 or 4 weeks, Marvel's dropping a cartoon here, DC's dropping this. I still think that's adding to the oversaturation of what's going on. However, I also look at it like this. I'm glad you brought this up early about music. What I kind of feel like we're starting to delve into is like, remember when you were growing up and you came across the underground band that you really dug and you grabbed hold of, and nobody else liked them.
Right.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all your friends started liking them, and that band just seemed to not be as cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when they start appealing to the rest of the people, that's when it lost something.
I can see that argument, and you've got factors in that in the fandom right now. You got these, and we call them elitists, that think that
No.
the only one
I am an elitist, and the difference between an elitist and an a-hole is this, right? Right. An a-hole says that you're wrong. I mean, you're not entitled to your opinion. I'm right. See, an elitist, you guys can think whatever you want to. I already know I'm right.
Well, there's an elitist in the standpoint that they think that it's as long as they're more hardcore than the others. If the general public starts to get into it, then they don't like it as much, or they try and talk down to the general public and say, "Oh, you don't really know anything because you haven't read the book."
Yeah,
come on, man.
Kind of like some of the fanboys I know.
Yeah, right.
I just want to say, real quick.
Don't look this way. Don't look this way. You know I ain't like that. I am not like that.
Iron Man 1 versus Iron Man 3. And that's that's what I'm scared is going to happen to this whole comic book movie thing.
I just don't think it's that.
See, I look at it like this, and you guys have heard me say this before, and people will argue this till they're blue in the face. It's like a company is out to make money.
Exactly.
As long as you're making money, regardless of whether we like it or not, Transformers 4, it made millions of dollars.
Oh, that's a sore spot with me, man.
Well, again,
you just couldn't resist.
Matter of fact, later on, we're going to actually be talking about that movie because apparently they're trying to offer it up to say that it's going to be Picture of the Year. That's a whole other program. Guys, until then, and that's definitely a little ways down the road, it's been a fantastic conversation. Guys, at home, let us know what you think. Let us know, if you like what DC's doing on television. We haven't even touched on S.H.I.E.L.D., ran out of time. Yeah. S.H.I.E.L.D's finally starting to hit that real groove that people are going gaga over. Walking Dead is in full effect, and now we've got stuff coming with TNT. They want to do Teen Titans, stuff on Netflix. Guys, talk to us, connect with us. Let us know what is going on. Let us know what you think. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We would love to hear from you. Mad Mike Bison, Mighty Kenshiro, I am Big Pimpin J. Guys, game over.
You're not him, the Mandarin, the real guy. Where? Where's the Mandarin?
My name's Trevor Slattery. They knew about the drugs.
What did they say? They get you off him?
Said they'd give me more.
This is the Mandarin?
No, it's embarrassing.
Culture Junkies!